Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video here on the channel. It's Football Fan 148, South East of England, here today with my reaction to the 2020/21 Carabao Cup first round draw, which was officially done today. So yeah, it's been a really intriguing first round draw. We've had some really interesting ties in the northern and southern section of the Carabao Cup. So yeah, let's have a look at some of the ties, shall we? Okay, the first tie we're going to look at is Travia Rovers versus Harrogate Town. Now, Harrogate Town is a big moment for them, especially coming up from the National League Conference last season after beating Notts County in the playoff final there. So it's officially going to be their first EFL Cup match, or Carabao Cup match, whatever you like to call it really. So it's Harrogate Town's first Carabao Cup match against Tranmere at Tranmere. I mean, Tranmere, it is a really tough place to go, but I think Harrogate, the way I saw them play against Notts County in the playoff final, I think they could really give Tranmere a bit of a run for their money. I really do. So yeah, Bolton versus Bradford will be another interesting game. I think definitely we could call that one a West Yorkshire derby, because I mean there's not much distance between them. It's only like a 52-minute journey, to be honest. So yeah, I think that would be a very intriguing derby match there. Bolton versus Bradford, West Yorkshire derby. Yeah, so really interesting match there. Bolton versus Bradford. Now, any other interesting ones? Oh, Derby County versus Barrow. Now, Barrow again coming back to EFL after years away, and their first Carabao Cup match is against a team really who have done really well in the Championship, and that's Derby County. So I think Barrow, for a first round match, that is going to be really difficult, especially against a Derby County side who did really well in the Championship last season and also got into the playoffs the year before. So they have done well in the Championship in the last two seasons of Derby. So I think Barrow had better watch out here. So yeah, very interesting. Sunderland versus Hull City. Now that match between two sides who have been relegated from the Premier League and the Championship in previous times. I mean, Sunderland, they're currently in League One after back-to-back relegations from the Premier League and Championship, currently in League One, and Hull being relegated from the Championship last season. So yeah, really interesting match there. We got an all-Championship affair between Barnsley and Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest will win that really comfortably, because I really can't exactly see Barnsley causing an upset there, especially against the Nottingham Forest side who did so well last season and were unfortunate to miss out on the playoffs. They really were unfortunate there. So yeah, that's a few ties in the northern section. Let's have a talk about the southern section of the Championship, shall we? But before that, I'm just going to grab myself a tissue quickly. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But anyway, now we've got a few interesting ties here, especially in the southern section. Northampton Town versus Cardiff. Now that match, very interesting, and I think again could possibly cause a bit of an upset. I mean, Northampton Town did very well to get into League One from League Two last season via the playoffs, and Cardiff, I think, missing out on the playoffs. I mean, no, not missing out on the playoffs. I meant missing out on the return to the Premier League or the playoffs. I mean, going out to the semi-final stage in the playoffs there. So I think that match could really be an interesting one to look at. That one. Birmingham City versus Cambridge. Now that'll be a intriguing first match for Aitor Karanka as the Birmingham City manager, as they host Cambridge United. So definitely a interesting first round match there. Now we've got a Welsh derby on our hands as Newport hosts Swansea City. Yes, a Welsh derby on our hands there. So I think Newport versus Swansea definitely could be very, very interesting. I mean, Newport done very, very well in cup competitions in previous times. I mean, getting into round 5 in the FA Cup before they got knocked out against Man City. So I think they shouldn't be a side to underestimate, really. And I think they could, on their day, beat Swansea, but I don't think they will, really, because, I mean, Swansea, a top quality side, again, narrowly missing out last season on a return to the Premier League via the playoffs, getting knocked out at the semi-final stage by Brentford. Yeah, so, yeah, really could be an interesting Welsh derby match, that one. Now, another match I'd like to talk about is Brentford versus Wickham. Now, this match is massive for both teams. Brentford, massive match for them, seeing how they will respond to missing out on the Premier League via the playoffs, getting knocked out by Fulham, getting beat by Fulham in the playoff final. So yeah, really annoying for Brentford. And also it'd be a first game of the season for Wickham Wanderers, who are a championship club after getting promoted via the playoffs into championship via League One. So yeah, I think that definitely could be an interesting match for both Brentford and Wickham. I mean, Brentford, they'll really want to get into round 2, and so will Wickham. But that match, really interesting for both teams. But the final match we are going to be talking about is... Now, this is a game that I am absolutely loving. I would have taken this match if anyone said that these two teams would play each other. I would have taken that right now. A home tie for Reading against a team who are in League 2 and missed out on getting to League 1 via the playoffs again last season. It's Reading versus Colchester United. Now, Colchester United, not a bad looking team, did very well to get into the playoffs, but getting knocked out at the semi-final stage of the playoffs, not exactly great for them. But for Reading, it must be a dream first round tie for them. I mean, Reading, they haven't lost a Carabao Cup, EFL Cup match, whatever you like to call it, in 6 matches. They have not been knocked out at the first round stage, so it's really, really good for Reading, this draw. I mean, Colchester United, I really don't think they will prove to be much of a challenge for Reading. I think Reading will, with the players they've got, I think they'll comfortably go through against Colchester and yeah, be a round 2 side in the competition, plus is also at home. So yeah, could be a really interesting tie there. But I mean, again, you never know with the FA Cup looks a comfortable win for Reading, but again, you really don't know when it comes to the Carabao Cup what can happen in this competition. I mean, we've seen plenty of shocks in the League Cup over the years, so we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. But anyway, guys, are you happy with who your team has got in the first round of the Carabao Cup? Let me know down in the comments down below, and also like and subscribe to the channel, guys, and I will see you in the next video. This is Football Fan 148 signing out. Peace, guys.